to business. I like clapping at the start of every clip.
Take 50.
No, it's take 1. We don't cut.
Well, no, we don't.
We just keep rolling. Well, we haven't been rolling, we've been spraying. We've just finished spraying our 3rd top coat in the living room and on the ceilings. And we've done the first undercoat in the kitchen, which is one of the roughest areas in the house. So this is the only area we have left to paint, which is really exciting. We actually have been busy this week, and although we haven't been busy working on the house, we've been busy organising trades. So we actually had our electrician come out this week and take a look at the place, and he's going to do an aircon in the living room for us, ceiling fan in our bedroom, some downlights, some new power points, and sensor light out front. So there's lots coming on the Sparky front, which is really exciting. We've also teed up a carpenter to come and do the bathroom and sheet that with us. And the last trade we really need to organise now is a plumber, so he can rough in the bathroom ready for our fixtures to be installed down the track. So lots of progress, even though it might not look like it at the moment. We've actually also ordered our timber floors for this weekend, which is very exciting. So we can't wait to rip up the old chipboard and decking floors that are there at the moment in the living room and install those new hoop pine boards that we got from Finlaysons in Brizzy. So they're 152mm thick boards, and they're a little bit thicker than what we've got in the rest of the house, but we think they're going to look really good, especially once they're sanded and polished up. So that's really exciting. So that's all the news for now. We'll see you tomorrow.
You have to keep watching to see the sink reveal.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not taking this one out of the box.
Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. It's all the same, highs and lows, highs and lows. Keep all your game, highs and lows, highs and lows.
The back rooms seem to be close to be finished for the nailing, so the building and pest inspector Damien should be out soon to have a look at the termites, which is good. And hopefully there's not too many and we can get the whole house treated and sorted out. So that's promising, which is good. So this morning I actually nailed in the floors in the back rooms. So the back study, the old deck space and the second bedroom in here. And the next steps are to sand the floors on the edges to get ready, because the drum sander won't be able to sand those edges. So I've got a little disc sander and an orbital sander. I'm going to sand those around the edges probably this afternoon, and then I might call it a day there. And hopefully I get good news from Damien that there's not too much termite damage and that we can work around it and get the rest of the floors laid so we can sand next weekend. I might go grab some lunch right now.
Your game, highs and lows, highs and lows. So say, highs and lows, highs and lows.
What's going on, my fellow renovation lovers? Time for a little update on the house and where things are at. We've been keeping busy and we've been tearing up some floors across the house, and lo and behold, yesterday we managed to find a board that was full of white ants. So we found a little pool of termites, both with some larvae, some ones that have wings, and some fully grown termites, which was not good news. So we were a little bit worried last night about termites in the house, and we got a guy called Damien, who was awesome, Brisbane Pest Control, out to the house to come and have a look at the damage. And he noted that we had at least 4 mud tracks which were old coming up the side of the house. So it turns out that we couldn't find a current mud trail for the termites that we found in the floors. And it might have just been an isolated incident where they'd been nesting inside that little area. So he suggested that we get a termite trap for a few $1,000s to sort ourselves out in terms of keeping termites away from the house, and we'll probably do that going forward because everything is timber in this little Queenslander. So that was good news. He also, Damien, while he was out here, noted that we had a lot of borer damage across the house. Lots of the timber floorboards are quite honeycomby on the inside, meaning that they've been eaten away. And that means it's going to make it difficult when we go to sand the floors, because any boards that have been badly eaten by borers will show through all the little bug trails or the little tracks that they make in the timber. And it also weakens the structural integrity of the timbers. So we had a lot of deliberation, and we had my mum and dad come out and have a chat with us as well, which was really helpful. It took us a long time to work out what we wanted to do, but we've landed on the solution of palm sanding the floors, which might sound agonizing, but it will be cheap and cost effective for us because we have a bunch of sanding pads and we have some orbital sanders already, or we're going to get a second orbital sander, and we're just trying to skim the top of the floor. We don't really want to sand them like you would properly, like you would normally do with a drum sander. We're just going to skim to get a consistent colour and barely take any off the floors. We're still replacing some of those really bad boards that we've already ripped up with the hoop pine that we bought from the lumberyard at Finlayson's in Wollongabba. But that's kind of where we're at. So we're still going to lay the hoop pine in the living area where there's currently the old decking floors, and we're going to lightly sand the rest of the house, ready to cover with a polyurethane top coat. So some worrying times with some termites and some thin floors, but we think we've come up with a solution that's going to work for us. Now, it's not going to work forever, and it's obviously not great to have boards that are weaker than we would like them to be, but we have big plans for this little house long term when we maybe have a family down the track. So we're thinking that in the short term, these boards will be able to do their job and will be just fine for at least a few years until we're ready to do another renovation on the house and potentially upgrade down the track. So we'll look at that then. So stick with us over this next few weeks. We'll be sanding and filling the floors and polyurethaning them, and then we should be moving on to the bathroom and kitchen, which is really exciting. One step closer to helping us move into this little house. So we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all those awesome things, and stick with us. Bye.